Good afternoon, everybody. Let me give you guys just a few seconds to chime in. Sure, some of you are at work or maybe you're home. Break time. Just give me some kind of signal to let me know that you are here and you are watching. Yay! Hi, Emily. Hola. Don't you love this live feature? I absolutely love it. Love it, love it, love it. I'm just going to give it a few more seconds just to see if some more people come on. I think I came on just a little bit early, like a minute early. More people. Hi, Lydia. Hope you guys are doing well. So I am going to go ahead and start. I'm like really excited about this particular topic because I'm like a bulldog. The more no's that I get, the more that I just keep going, right? So that is going to be my topic. Why is this topic so dear to my heart? Because I was always the type of person that hated to be rejected, right? When somebody says no to us, we feel bad, we feel rejected. It's really scary, right? It's a really scary feeling to kind of put yourself out there and to, take the chance and the risk that you're going to be told no, that, you might feel like someone is judging you or they think that you're crazy. So it is definitely a scary thing. And I was that person for sure, for a really long time. Now, I became a coach, I want to say about 5.5 years. I didn't initially do too much with the business. I was kind of a hobby coach for a while, but I definitely had that fear. I definitely was worried about what people would say about me, what family would say, if they kind of thought that maybe I was running some kind of scam. I didn't really start working the business until about 3.5 years ago, was kind of like my second opportunity to really go at this. But I was still really scared because fear can definitely paralyze you. Hi, Sasha. Hi, Yvette. Hi, Jasmine. Fear, if you allow it, fear can really take over and paralyze you and just take over. And fear comes through in so many, it comes through in so many different forms, right? So definitely the fear of rejection, the fear of being told no, it's real. And let me tell you, every single one of us, from the very top, super double 15-star diamond coaches, triple 15-star diamond coaches, down to a coach that just started, like we've all gotten no's, right? And we all have fear. It's absolutely normal. It's part of human nature, right? So it doesn't matter who you are and where you are in terms of this organization or how long you've been doing this, you're still going to kind of have a little bit of that fear, and you're still are going to be told no, right? So it does really hurt, right, to feel rejected. I know that when I first started, I definitely had that feeling for a very long time. But it wasn't until I saw a particular video, I will share with you, that it was Barbie Decker. That was her maiden name. Now you know her as Barbie Kalev because she is the one that's married to Sagi. There's like my Sagi bobblehead, right? She is one of the top coaches in our network, and she's a very close friend of Saudi and Mickey, and I've had the honor of meeting her. But it was one particular video that I watched where she did a presentation in New York, and I was living in Florida at the time, and she talked about her fear, and she talked about putting herself out there and how she had this fear of posting because she was worried about what others would think about her. And she basically made a decision to not care what people think, because for her, her drive and her why and her motivation to really make this business work was so much greater than any kind of fear or so much greater than what anyone can ever say about her, right? And what she was doing. And that literally triggered like a light bulb in my head, because I didn't realize how much I was still allowing fear to block me in terms of growing this business. I didn't realize it until I saw that particular presentation, where I'm like, wow, that's totally me. I am worried about what people will say about me, right? So that fear was real for a really, really long time. And, as I share with you today, I really want you to start thinking about yourself in terms of fears, whether you just started the business, whether you've been doing this for some time. Just start thinking about your own fears and what are some of the fears that block you. Definitely being told no is a huge fear, right? So I'm just going to share with you like a few kind of facts and tidbits of information that I find to be very interesting, right? And I want you guys to start thinking about very successful people. It doesn't matter whether it's Beachbody, it doesn't matter, what industry they're in. But if you read into the stories of very successful athletes, authors, CEOs of companies, it doesn't matter who it is, you will absolutely find a story of them having failed many, many times, over and over and over again. And guess what? That was me. That was a lot of us on Team Eagle. And it's not going to stop. Like, it's going to continue. There are still going to be times where I fail at things. There are still going to be times where I'm going to get the no's. I'm going to get the objections, right? And I'm okay with that. I'm totally planning for it. And I'm just like, come at me. Like, I'm ready for you, because I am looking for that. And what I mean by that is, the way that I see it is that the more that I put myself out there and the more that I take those chances, the more I'm going to be able to reach people and talk to people and, practice my skill of communication. Because at the end of the day, this particular business is about making connections with people. It's about establishing relationships. So the more that I put myself out there, I see it as, well, that's just more of an opportunity for me to talk about this amazing opportunity, this amazing opportunity of being a coach, or whether it's the business or the fitness. That's just another chance for me to do that and to practice that and to connect with people and to talk to people. So I actually welcome it. And I'm at the point that the objections and the no's really just don't get to me anymore, right? Because I understand that I understand that putting yourself out there and getting those no's is just going to help build you up. There's just no other way. It's the only way that you're going to be able to learn from your mistakes. It's the only way that you're going to be able to, move forward and build yourself up from those experiences, because that's what life is about. It's going through experiences. It's, situations in life that just, you learn from them and you grow from them. So many successful people have failed. And you know what makes them successful? It's the fact that they failed so much. That is what makes them successful. Like, talk to Audrey Robles, talk to Unides. Like, we have so many amazing successful coaches on our team. And if you talk to them and really have a heart to heart with them, and I know that a lot of us pour ourselves out there, and I can even share a little bit about some of my failures. If you talk to them, they're going to tell you that, they've been in the coaching business doing this 3, 4, 5 years. But guess what? Throughout that journey of theirs, in terms of their fitness, they have failed and they've made so many mistakes. So if you don't allow yourself to make those mistakes, and by putting yourself out there, how are you going to grow? How are you going to learn? Right? So I'm telling you, talk to any single one of them. And I think that a lot of times we see these coaches, these higher level coaches, and we think to ourselves, she has this success because this is what's going on for her, or she has this going on for herself, or, but a lot of times we don't really see what's behind the scenes, right? We don't really know what this particular person has been through, what the failures or the times that maybe they've had a lot of fear, but regardless of that, they would still put themselves out there, right? Knowing that putting yourself out there is going to get you closer to where you want to be. It's going to help build you up. Now, I know that for a lot of you, you're like, oh, that sounds easy. I will be honest that a lot of that in terms of building myself up, it came from the personal development. I came from working on myself. It came from working on my fitness and feeling and making and feeling stronger, not just externally or physically, but internally. Because as you all know, the more that we work on our fitness and on our health, it starts to reflect upon our insides, right? So a lot of feeling confident enough to talk to people did come from that. And knowing that what we have to offer, it has so much value. So it really, for me personally, it came from the personal development. It came from connecting to the team, from talking to a lot of the other successful coaches on the team. That's where it came from, because it made me feel like I'm not alone, right? I will share that throughout my career, I have had lots of failures. And I'm going to be totally open and vulnerable here with you guys. There has been times that I've lost a lot of people on my team that, at the time, I want to say that it kind of made me question myself and wonder, am I doing something wrong? Kind of reevaluate myself. So definitely there was still a lot of times where, I got to this point because of the fact that I've gone through so much in this business, right? In terms of, sometimes you have someone on your team and you lose them, or, maybe something just didn't go your way, like whatever it is, right? Or maybe there was a month or two that you didn't meet Success Club and you start to question yourself and you wonder, is this business for me? And why is it working for this one and not for that one? So I definitely have had those times. Trust me, I've had those times, right? And I've also had those times where I've questioned myself and I wonder whether or not this business opportunity is for me. I will share, and a lot of you may already know my story, that I've been working since the age of 15. I've worked all of my life for someone. So when I took the leap of faith about 3.5 years ago to not return and not go back to corporate America, it was a huge sacrifice. Huge sacrifice. I was terrified because I had always worked for myself and I'd always brought in my own income, right? So when I took that leap and I decided that I really wanted to go at this 150%, I was really, really scared. And that first year, I can't even tell you how many no's I got. I can't tell you, even my own family members, my best friend, I would reach out to people about this opportunity and I was getting so many people turning me down. And it did get me down. However, it got me down for like 20, 30 minutes. I would talk to my husband about it. I would talk to my team, my coach about it. And I would snap myself right back out of it. So if you need a day or so to regroup yourself, whatever it is that you need, and snap yourself right out of it. And the way that I would do that is because I always had kind of like triggers, meaning I would set things up around the house, or I would talk to my husband. I already knew, how to get myself back to that level, to where I would lift my spirits up. So I knew that about myself. So during those times that I felt like crap and I felt like I wanted to maybe quit this business because I was getting so many objections and so many no's, I made sure that I connected with someone or something that was going to lift my spirits. So I hope y'all are taking notes, because that's definitely one of the things that you got to make sure that you have a list of 2 or 3 things that, you can always turn to, whether it's your coach, maybe it's your spouse, it's your best friend, it's your mom. It doesn't matter who it is. For me, also, I have lots of pictures of my kids around my house, which I'm sure that a lot of you do. And I make sure that I reconnect to my family, to my kids, because they're the real reason why I decided to really, drive this business. And I decided to quit corporate America to work Beachbody full time. Sorry, I got distracted by a message. So, I want to make sure that you guys understand that it's okay. Like, you're going to have those feelings, right? Successful people fail more. Failure is a stepping stone for success. Like that, how powerful is that, guys? Let me just repeat that. Failure is a stepping stone for success, right? So go for the failure. Go for the no's. I know that I've previously talked about a book called Go for No. I read it once a long time ago. One of my first pieces of personal development, Go for No. But I need to tap into that book again, because I definitely encourage that if you guys have read a particular book that has touched you in some kind of way, go back to it, because I'm not the same coach I was 5 years ago when I read that book that I am now, right? So I definitely want to go back to it. But Go for No is a really good book. Because it really teaches you to go for those no's, to be okay with that. It's failure is a stepping stone. So to me, the way that I feel about that is I expect the failures. I expect for those things to happen. I know that it's going to make me stronger as a person, as a leader, as a coach, as a wife. So I'm perfectly fine with that. And I actually embrace the failures. I am going for those times that I'm going to be told no, because it's going to challenge me to step up my game. And I'm okay with that, right? So I'm totally open to that. At the end of the day as well, guys, this is really a numbers game. So the more that you reach out to people, the more that your chances of getting a yes will increase. So I know that this sounds a little crazy, but the whole concept of going for no is to tell yourself, you know what, today I'm going to talk to 20 people and I'm going to go for those no's. I want those no's. I'm going to welcome them. Come at me, right? I'm ready for you. But out of those 20 no's, maybe one of them will say yes to you. And then guess what? 10 or 15 of those, they come back. Because I follow up. Remember how I told you in the beginning of this that I'm a bulldog? I'm serious. I follow up until people are like, Denise, no. I just continue to follow up. Because you can never ever judge, or you never ever really know what it is that somebody's going through. So let's just say you send out an invite or whatever, you talk to somebody, that person saw it. You never know what they're going through. Maybe they just couldn't respond to you. Maybe they got really, really busy. Maybe they're just not really on Facebook a lot. So don't ever judge. Don't ever think that just because you saw that little icon and they saw your message, oh my God, that person, I must have said something to offend them, or, I don't want to follow up them because they saw my message. Why didn't they respond to me? I know they saw my message, right? No, that's you putting your feelings and yourself first. And it's not about us, guys. At the end of the day, it's really about the person that you're helping on the other end, right? You always have to make it about them. So don't ever make any judgments, and keep sending those follow-ups, because I can't even begin to tell you. As a matter of fact, some of my coaches, I had a coach who left me for a whole year. I signed her up. She was one of my first coaches. She left me for a whole year, and then she comes back a year later. I lost her, and I swear that was like when I was a real baby coach, and I was wondering to myself, what did I do wrong? I really wanted her on my team, but that's because she had some personal stuff going on and she had to get herself together personally, right? And then she came back. I can't even begin to tell you how many people that I've reached out to that come back. Challengers, coaches. I've even had coaches cancel their membership and 6 months later, a year later, sign back up as a coach with me. And this is because I know that I made a really good connection with that person, and I put that person's needs first, that coach's needs first, because you always have to drive this business thinking to yourself that I'm not here to just sell a challenge pack. I'm here to talk to this person, make a connection with them, build that trust, establish that relationship with that person. And at the end of the day, I want to make sure that I'm offering value to what I do. and that I'm here to help that person regardless of whether or not they buy a challenge pack. That's how I end my conversations with everybody. I'm never upset. I always ask for a referral. And I always tell them, if you change your mind, can I follow up with you in a month? Just because somebody says no to you now doesn't mean it's no later. Just because somebody doesn't have the money now doesn't mean that a month or two down the line, they're not going to have the money. So if you do a really, really good job of connecting with their why, then it's totally fine, because you can always go back to that, and they're not going to see you as a pest. They're not going to see you as you're bugging them, because they shared with you what their struggles were. You are here to offer them a solution, and that's what you're going to come back with. Hey girl, I was thinking about you. This is just a follow-up. I was thinking about you. I know that you mentioned, a few months ago that you couldn't afford, how are you doing? Or, however you want to word it, right? And I'm telling you, the what's that saying? The something is in the follow-up. What's that saying, guys? Help me. The juice is in the follow-up. The sweetness is in the follow-up. It's always about the follow-up. Follow-up with people, no matter what. Don't ever, assume anything. Don't ever take it personal. The more that you do this, the more that you will feel desensitized. And I know that that's kind of a harsh word, but you will feel desensitized to the no's. What does that mean? That emotional attachment and feeling like you did something wrong, the more that you talk to people, you're going to lose that. Because right now, I still get no's. And honestly, I just keep it moving. I'm like, okay, have a great day. Hey, by the way, and I follow up with them, and I just keep it moving, because I know that there are so many more other people that need us right now. That's what it is. The power is in the follow-up. I know there's something, the magic is in the follow-up, something like that. The proof is in the pudding. I don't know. But I know that there are so many more people that need us, guys. I seriously feel like we are freaking warriors, and we are out there on a mission to find people that need this, that need community, that need friendships, that need to be connected to people that are in really dark places. Trust me, that was me. I felt so alone. I felt like I didn't feel like my body didn't fit my insides at the time when I first started on this journey. And the idea of being connected to the community, right, to me was like, wow, like I didn't know that this stuff even existed. And I was, I was drawn into the community before I was even drawn into the business, to be honest, because I love the idea of being part of something. And there are so many more people that need this, guys, man. You have no idea how much value you have. Being yourself, being true to yourself, knowing that you have a lot to offer, recognizing that within yourself, that is what keeps me going. It's not the no's. I no longer let those no's get to me, because I know that they're necessary. They're necessary in order for me to succeed. They're necessary in order for me to then get the yeses, because those same people that said no to you, trust me, I wish I can give it a percentage. 75% of those people will come back if you continue to follow up with them, and they will say, yes, you have to trust me. The majority of the people that I sign up were people that I were in contact with 6 months ago, a year ago, 2 months ago, that were ignoring my messages, that maybe they were going through a situation in their life. Trust me on that. And they come back. You stay consistent. You stay true to who you are. You follow up and be genuine, guys. Genuinely come from a place where you genuinely care for people. Genuinely, see how they're doing. Comment on their pictures. How are you? How are the kids? I see you were on vacation. Like, for real, like make sure that that's coming across, and it's that you're really connecting with that piece of you. Because a lot of you here, yes, you want this business to grow. You're excited about, the opportunities. There's so much opportunity with this business. But ultimately, you also like to help people. You have to. There's no way. You cannot be a Beachbody coach and not like and want to help people, like genuinely. So you have to dig and make sure that that piece of you is always out in the forefront, right? Always, always, always. Celebrating the failures, because remember, failing means growth. So go for the failures, guys. Like seriously, like think about like when you first learned how to ride a bike. It's the same concept. Roller skate, you have to fall. You guys have to fall. I tell my kids, guys, you're going to fall. You have to. But you got your protective pads on, you got your helmet on, right? So you fall and you get back up and just keep it going. You get back at it even stronger, right? Let me tell you like a stat that I found here, which is incredibly interesting to me. 92% of people give up after the fourth time. 60% of all people after the fifth time or after. Okay, so 92% of people, meaning coaches, once you reach out to somebody, you guys give up after the fourth follow-up, don't you? Is that more or less accurate? I got this from another coach. She got that from a... Okay, so that's really interesting. 92% of people, after 4 messages that you send to somebody, you guys just give up, right? However, the magic comes in that 5th message. Keep on following up, right, guys? So you keep following up, but 60% of those people that keep trying after the 5th, they get those people. They sign up. Again, going back to that, the magic is in the follow-up, right? So keep following up. Make sure that you have a good list of those people that you have been in contact with. Focus more on your actions and sharing your story. And that goes back to making a connection with people so that they come back to you because they trust you and they continue to follow you and they know that you're for real and that you're consistent. The more that you share, the more no's that you'll get, and that's okay. And you'll become desensitized to those no's. They're not going to really make a difference. Make sure that your why is in the forefront as well. You got to make sure, because my driving force, my why, my kids, to me, that is so much more powerful and so much stronger than any no that I can ever get. And that keeps me going. That keeps me, that wakes me up in the morning on days that I don't want to do this. Trust me, guys, I have so many days where I'm like, what am I doing? Like, I don't want to get out of bed. And it's so easy to just stay in bed but I get up because I've had a taste of being home, of, this opportunity has allowed me so much. And I will forever feel blessed and grateful for this opportunity because it has allowed me the chance to be home with my kids. Today, they're off of school. And I just remember back in the day when I was working for somebody, having to ask permission, and it sucked. I had to take a sick day. I had to lie sometimes, not that lying to your employer is a good thing, but I had to lie and pretend like I was sick because I didn't have any sick days left, all that kind of stuff. And I no longer have to do that because I'm working for myself. So, just make sure that your why is in the forefront. Think about the many people that need us. So many more people that still need us and that are waiting. They're just waiting for you to reach out to them. Those people are still waiting for you, right? So think about those. Think about, if you've gotten 20 no's, I get super excited about the one yes that I got. Like, I'm celebrating, and I think about all of the amazing transformations and all of the lives that I've already touched. Whether or not you're a brand new coach or you've been doing this for some time, maybe you've already gotten somewhat of a transformation. Maybe you have a family member that you've gotten them on Shakeology. It doesn't matter if it's one person, if it's 20 people, but think about the lives that have already been changed and impacted, right? That keeps me going because I know that people are watching me. I know that I inspire people every single day. I inspire myself. I inspire my family. And that to me is so much more important than the no's. Like, I really don't care if I get the no's because that is my driving force and that keeps me going. Another point is, be patient and trust the process, guys. I can't tell you enough how many people I've seen come into my organization or other teams where, they're doing this, they're coaches for like a month or two, they get objections, and then they give up because they're like, oh, well, I don't know if this is for me. I'm getting too many objections, and they feel discouraged and they feel like it's not for them. However, you have to understand, like I mentioned earlier, that is going to be part of the process. It's perfectly normal that you're going to get the no's. It actually means that you're doing something right. It means that you're doing your job. It means that you're reaching out to as many people as you possibly can. So go for those objections, like make a list of them, celebrate them. Who cares? And then write them down on your list, follow up with them, and continue to follow up with them, because those people, again, doesn't mean that, if they tell you that they're not ready now, it doesn't mean that they're never going to be ready. They will be ready at some point, but you have to be patient. You have to trust this process. You have to be consistent within what you're doing in order to show others that this is real, that this is the real deal, because there are some people out there that actually need to see that. They need to see that you're real. That you're not just, this is not just a fad for you. So always keep that in mind. That is, the longer that you stay consistent and true to yourself and your mission and your own fitness and your journey, others will always be watching you, and they will be inspired by you, whether or not they tell you. They will be. Making sure that you do your personal development and staying connected is a huge, huge piece of this. And you're going to hear us talk about that just throughout this entire amazing training, that it is just so important, because it will help you stay true to yourself. It's going to help you stay the course. It's going to help you in terms of your own confidence, because like I said earlier, it doesn't matter what rank you are. It doesn't matter what levels of success you've reached in this business. We have those days, but the difference is that we stay connected. So when I have those days, I stay connected to my accountability partner. I stay connected to my team. I go into my challenge group. And as soon as I do that, I feel like it's almost like I'm re-energized, right? It's almost like you need that. You need to stay connected. You need to attend events. We have an amazing event coming up here real soon, which is Super Saturday. I can't even express enough how much attending events totally re-energizes me, right? All the no's help and add people to your contact list. Absolutely. You continue to find those people that are ready, and the more no's, the better and closer you'll be to the yes. Absolutely. Like, keep going for those no's, because out of all of those no's, thank you, no, this is so true. You're going to get those yeses. Absolutely. So for me, again, for me, this is what's helped me stay positive, even on those days that I don't feel so positive. We have those days. Make sure, I hope that you guys kind of have a good list, and I can definitely share some of my notes here. I'll post them a little bit shortly here in the group. But I have a call to action for you all, is that I want you all to write down the names of 100 people. 100 people. I know that's a big number. People that maybe you were, you've been unsure as to whether or not you should contact them about the fitness. Maybe you have some people on those lists that you want to contact about your, being a business partner, being a coach on your team. I want you to get those names. I want you to write them down. And I want you to be okay with going for those no's. I want you to actually go for the no's, right? Remember, it gives you an opportunity to practice your skills. It gives you an opportunity to get yourself out there and to talk to people. And that's all we're doing, guys. I think that a lot of times we overthink it. This business is about establishing relationships, making connections with people from your heart, being sincere, sharing your story, being true to yourself, and being transparent, right? And making sure that it's coming from a genuine place. Be genuine, guys. Take this whole idea of challenge pack and selling out of your head. Take this whole idea of, oh my goodness, I'm going to go into this and she's going to say no. Just take it out of your head. Go into it as you just simply want to have a conversation with somebody, because you know that what we have to offer can be the light for someone who's in a really dark place. And I know in my heart that there are still so many more people that need us, guys. Those are the people that I'm looking for. Those are the people that I want you to look for, because most of the time, they're not just going to fall on your lap. They're not just going to come and knock on your door, right? It's our job, our responsibility, our obligation as a coach to not hold back this information and to go out there and to look for those people that need us, that need this community. They need the fitness. They need good health in their lives. It's missing from their lives. So many people that are kind of feeling empty and alone and are just looking for something. And you can be that light to them that they're needing, that they've been looking for, and that they probably didn't even know that they were looking for this because they didn't even know that we existed, right? So it's your job to show others and to talk to others and to spread the word that we exist. Positive people, like-minded people. Yes, we use that terminology because this is true. Like, who else, what other company, creates this kind of training where top successful coaches, we're sharing all this information with you guys because it works. Trust us, it works. And everything that I'm saying to you is coming from a genuine place. It's coming from my heart. So with that all being said, I really hope you guys took notes. I will share some of my notes. Call to action, write down 100 names. And I'm pretty sure that we have a document. I believe Saudi or someone in this group posted it, and if not, I will find it. It's actually called the Go for No Challenge. Write down 100 names of people, and you're going to go for those no's. Because remember, no now doesn't mean no later. No now can be a yes 6 months down the line, a year down the line. Trust me, I've gotten those. 2 years down the line, right? Right? Because y'all still going to be here by then. I know that I am, so go for those no's, build your contact list, make those connections with people, establish relationships with people from a genuine place. Let it come from a genuine place. Emily, I was one of those people. I didn't realize there was help out there. I feel blessed. Isn't that awesome? You see, that fills my heart right there. That fills my heart. Let me see what Merlin said. I remember you saying creating that pipeline that has helped me. Merlin is on my team. Absolutely. Absolutely, Merlin. Creating that pipeline is so important. And that's exactly what we do every single day by talking to people and sending out invites, is that you're creating and building that pipeline of people and making new friends. And some people just need time to kind of trust you, right? And to kind of know that you're for real. And that's totally fine. Like, be totally okay with that, right? So definitely building and creating that pipeline every single day. So I look forward to it. I want to see if you guys have any questions. Please, I will do my best throughout the day to answer any questions, whatever you guys need from me. Let's see. Any more questions? Yes, they are watching. All right. Absolutely. They're watching every single day. So be consistent and be patient and trust the process. So with that being said, have a great day, everybody. Go for the no. Get that contact list together. 100 people is my call to action. It's my challenge to you. Write those names down. I'm positive that you have those. You have 100 people that you can contact, right? You just got to look for them. All right. So everybody have a great day and talk to you soon. Bye.